All right. Hello, everyone. Um, this is going to be my second stream, but my first game on here. I played Stories Untold last night, and I didn't have archiving turned on, so it was kind of a noob move. But I had a friend of mine that didn't get a chance to see the end, so I figured, well, I would just go ahead and redo the entire game. So I'm going to break it up into episodes. We'll play one episode at a time, and then we'll go back through it and see if we can get the other achievements that I missed out on and go from there. So we're going to play Stories Untold Episode 1. So there is an epilepsy warning. So I guess if any of you have any issues, probably not a good idea to watch this. We have subtitles on this time. Good. I really like the music on this. It kind of is definitely an 80s throwback. Are you kidding me? My dad calling me. Sorry to start out this way. Give me 1 second. Let me call him back. There's some family things going on. Hey. All right. Sorry for that delay, but let's get started on this. All right. You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but it's as idyllic as you remember from all that time ago. You remember being told to look in the glove box before going in. It's good to be back. Let's look in the glove box. Glove box is closed but appears to be unlocked. So remember, we're going to have to deal with contextual clues and use the right language to get this to work. Inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. Oh, you also missed the first 30 minutes? And you missed the end. The end was, yeah, going through this game a second time is really bizarre. Knowing how it ends. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get the power and lights on. Also, found something in the attic for you. It's your room. It's in your room. Enjoy. Press enter to continue." So I didn't read this the first time. I guess I lucked out and went to the yard. So let's get out of the car. The house is grand, set perfectly amongst the trees. In front of you is the front door, and the yard stretches around the side of the house. The yard has been well maintained. You spent a lot of time here with your family on holiday trips. Good memories. That was me coughing. It's not. I definitely don't have. Look around. You see a generator on the back wall of the house. You are standing next to the generator. Let's start this puppy. You switch the generator on and it whirs to life. The house is still dark. You walk back around to the front of the house. So it repeats stuff when you go back to areas. So we're back in the front of the house. So see if we can just unlock door. So the door is unlocked. You enter the house to the hallway. It's dark and you can't see anything. You feel a light switch next to the door, however. You flick the switch and the lights come on. The hallway is now brightly lit. There's access to the kitchen and living room here, as well as a set of stairs going up. You step inside the living room. A spacious and comfortable living room. We spent a lot of good time in here playing board games with the family, warm and inviting. There's nothing here of interest. Go back out to the hallway. Let's go to the kitchen. The kitchen is tidy and well kept. There's a door to a utility room, but otherwise, it's just a kitchen. Sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing so much now. It's very clean, not been used in a while. So, see if we can see what's in the utility room. The utility room is locked. You have no idea where the key could be. Okay. Exit kitchen. So we're going to go back to the hallway. Walk upstairs to the landing. The stairwell landing. There is a bathroom and 2 bedrooms, yours and your sister's. Pictures adorn the walls, images of happy times. A standard landing. There are picture frames covering one wall. Family photos and holiday snaps. Our happy family. So we're going to go in the bathroom, see what's in there. We're in the bathroom, not much to note, but it's all in good order. The bathroom is clean. A large mirror sits above the sink. So we're looking in the mirror. It's our reflection. Looking good. Bathroom is clean. See if there's anything in the sink. Nope. So we're back on the landing. So once again we can see bedrooms, pictures, in the bathroom again. We're in our sister's old room. I did not go in here last time. It's in perfect condition, untouched since the last time you had seen her. Posters of her heroes and some of her own attempts at art adorn the walls. A few shelves are crammed full of trophies. Her bed is drowned under a pile of colorful soft toys. A real nostalgia trip. Right? That's an awesome TV. Now I just noticed I don't see your chat on here. So let me see what's going on. Twitch chat, YouTube chat. And it should all be on top of that. Oh, there we go. So, but the Twitch chat shouldn't go away. Ever. I'm going to just check out Streamlabs when it's again. I don't think it's a setting in OBS. I think it's fully done with inside, yeah, frames per second with height. Shut down source. So go to the chat box. I don't even know where I'm in. So that is the YouTube one. Let's log into Twitch. Chat box. Always show. I don't know. It says it's not going to hide the message, so. But yet it's hidden. I don't think I would have to redo the widget, but just in case. Weird. Maybe something I'll have to review with our good friend Chesky. Alright, so let's move on. Let's look around our sister's room. There's a large wardrobe in the corner of the room. The door is slightly ajar. Let's see. It's empty, apart from a pile of scattered photographs at the bottom. Open wardrobe. So there's a pile of scattered photographs at the bottom. There we go. Take photographs. They are all identical. A forest road at night. You put them back. Let's look around again. See if there's anything. Posters of all her favorite pop stars mixed with some of her own art. She was pretty good. She won a lot of trophies for dance and gymnastics. Look at toys. Every soft toy she's ever owned. See, now it's staying, so I think I fixed it now. Alright, so I think we're done in her room now, which we missed last night. We're in our old room. Your old bedroom. So many good memories in here, and it's preserved so well. On the desk is a gift wrap box. You unwrap the gift excitedly. You can't believe it. Dad has found your old computer, a Futuro 128K plus 2. It's been preserved well in the attic and hopefully still works. So, on your desk is the computer and a copy of The House Abandoned. It's all still to be set up though. Set up computer. You start to plug in the various cables and leads. The computer is all set up and ready to go. There's a game here too. It's a new horror game called The House Abandoned. Looks ace. Ace. Play game. You put the cassette in the computer and press play. It's still freaky, even though I just did this last night. That's like upside down. Get out. You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but it's clearly neglected. You remember being told to check the glove box before going in. You can't stand to be near this place. Inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. Alright. 1 second. I have to give my daughter some medicine for her ear. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Alright. So inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. Note. You don't recognize the handwriting. It says, "Get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out, get out, the car, get out. Get out the car, get out the car." Thanks. I did turn my fan on. Is that giving any kind of background noise or anything? You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but it's clearly neglected. You remember being told to check the glove box before going in. You can't stand to be near this place. Okay. So we have the key. Let's go to the yard. So we're going to exit car. Our car door is warped. That's kind of weird. House looks abandoned. There is a yard to the side, wood creaks in the wind, and all happy memories are gone from this place. There is no love here. The lights are off, windows are broken, there is a front door and a yard. I think we're just going to check for a generator, another generator, easy for me to say. The grass is overgrown and weeds crawl up the side of the house. It's not a nice place to be. You clutch the note, needing to look around. Okay. I want to see if the note changes. The note is gibberish. That's freaky. But something I've learned as a fun fact is that's one way you can tell if you're dreaming, is you can read text, and if you look at the text and if it changes, that's a good sign that you're dreaming. There isn't much fuel, but the generator starts up. I'm having a hard time with that word today. We're back at the front of the house. Unlock the door. Click of the lock hurts to hear. It's still freaky. We open the door, pitch black, but your senses are punished more by the smell, stale air, and damp. This could not be less inviting. The note burns in your hands. You feel compelled to read it over and over. It's too dark to read, but it feels weird to the touch. Afraid of what you might see, you flick the light switch on. Lights flicker on and off. The walls are falling apart after years of neglect or worse. There are stains and trails all over the carpet. Upstairs, the sound of an alarm clock blaring. Someone else is in this house. That can't be. Somehow the alarm stops. You can feel the panic set in. You are still in the hallway. The noise has stopped, but you feel a presence. Someone is in the house. They should not be here. There is a kitchen and a living room adjacent and stairs leading up. The note feels disgusting in your hands. I can't read the note. It's bleeding. You enter the living room. The living room, although hardly an appropriate term. The furniture is threadbare and worn. The note is fixed in your mind. Dread fills the pit of your stomach. This is not a nice place. Run down and empty, abandoned, and for good reason. The note, always changing, now reads, "Get through this. I don't care if you want to or not." It's even more freaky making sure we read the note every time. You return to the hallway. You are still in the hallway. The noise has stopped, but you feel a presence. The note's still bleeding. You go into the kitchen. The kitchen stinks and feels completely unfamiliar. The tabletops are rusted metal. There's a carcass on the table. There's writing on the wall, and the utility room door has a red X painted on it. There seems to be writing on the wall and what looks like blood. In blood, the number 1986 is smeared across the wall. I don't know if you noticed this, but that like slowly dissolved in. Freaky. Can't get in the utility room. Looking at the carcass. Can't tell what it is or what it was. Let's see if the paper now feels like fabric. It's covered in blood. You can just make out the words. There is nothing for you here. Jesus. Alright, so now it's time to go upstairs. You head up the stairs, they creak. Same, but different. The landing has access to your sister's room, your room, and the bathroom. Pictures are all over the wall. Behind you, the phone starts to ring. You don't understand. Neither can he. You can't focus. The ringing in your ears is too much. You hear him answer the phone. Your mind, something. Voices spill out of the phone and into the room. Whoever is there should not be there. You need to hang up the phone. I do. Whoever. You consider the worst. Yeah, probably more comfortable there, right? You consider the worst. You can't hear yourself think. It's too much. So bizarre. The landing is bare and worn. Photos adorn the wall, all misaligned. The pictures are of your family. The eyes have been scored out on all, like the ones on our desk. You enter the bathroom. The bathroom feels disgusting. Every surface is covered in a layer of oily grime. The sink is a haven for all kinds of bugs. Gross. The sink is disgusting. Grime and dead bugs. The taps won't budge. You can't bear to look at yourself. The note is impossible to read due to the black oil that now covers it. We're back on the landing. Let's see if we can read the note. The note is now clean again, simply reading, "Get in, get out." Jennifer's room is boarded up. You can't bear this. The door is bolted shut with a 4-digit combination lock. You grab the lock. The lock is rusted, not used in years. The key in your hand weighs heavy, the note heavier. You grab the lock and can now input the code. It's a little bit easier since we have gone through this last night. And I kept all my notes for the long, arduous one. That was way too long. I like the premise, but that was way too long in episode 3, I believe. All right. The bedroom feels utterly familiar. The walls are damp, but you've been here before. In front of you, a lone person sits in front of a computer screen. The lamp is on. The clock reads 99:99. You shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. You grip the note tight. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. You haunt every step I take, even in this place. It was out of my hands, but still you punish me. I can be with you now. There's nothing left to do. I'm confused and confused. Consumed and confused. This has to end now. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Look around. You can't leave here. This is where it has to end. Rocking back and forth, consumed by guilt. Hold on. Daughter needs water. Alright. So it doesn't know what we're trying to use. Look around. What? The note is reacting. Get in the door. Get in the room. Get in. Do it. Go. There's nothing left to do. I'm confused and consumed. End. You are pathetic. It was all your fault. Say it. Haha. Oh, please. Stop. I like the sound that it's like a typewriter. It was all my fault. Say it. It was all my fault. still freaky. So yeah, this is a very retro game. Sounds retro. Um, the text and the music is very much like Stranger Things, which isn't a bad thing. That's an excellent show. I still think this feels kind of like a Twilight Zone, uh, Outer Limits type feel. And I don't know if you've seen any of those, but sometimes they do have series where they all kind of tie in together. Um, so that was episode 1. I'm gonna stop the stream and then we're gonna start again. Yeah, that is on Netflix. So I'm gonna stop the stream and then start up for episode 2. So give me a few minutes and I will be right back. All right, so we're back. We're going to do the lab conduct, which is kind of a weird phrase. The lab conduct. Some commands may be case sensitive. Look for hints. Yeah, this one was weird. I like this one a lot, though. I honestly think the first 2 were my favorite ones. I could play games like that probably for hours.
This is subject 12/19/86/23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander leading, assisted by Dr. Williams, and in the lab itself, our volunteer, Mr. Asian. We have artifact 23 in the chamber, recovered from crash site B. At the moment it appears inert, showing no signs of activity. Mr. Asian, instructions for each stage will come through to your terminal, and we need you to follow them exactly. Now, some of this may be unfamiliar, so always reference the manual on your terminal for guides on calibration and procedure. Once you've calibrated equipment to match our brief, the green light will flash, allowing you to trigger the experiment. One last thing. Ensure that any equipment non-essential to the current experiment is switched off. You cannot proceed until your calibration matches ours. When you're ready, let's bring this back.
All right. So this is where we go back and forth, have all the equipment. It tells us what experiment to do. We have to x-ray it, and in the manual it tells us specifically what we need to do. So we have to turn on the camera, we have to set a monitor to x-ray, and then we have to charge a CC86 x-ray device. So, and then it tells us what the TV input modes are. So we're going to turn on the camera, on, TV, x-ray, powered on, and then we have the CC86 over here. We power it up, it's charged, and
Okay, good work. The X-ray is coming through now. No visible damage to the surrounding organic material. no signs of activity either. Or else the activity flatlined. Okay, let's begin.
The heart is stopped. So we want to demonstrate the effects of laser on the object. So we're going to do a red laser. Experiment 2. So we need the laser 2 and the monitor set to RGB, and we need 650 nanometers. RGB. Guess that's already off. Laser. So many interruptions today. But that's what happens when you have a family.
No reaction from first stage. Let's try high frequency.
So nothing here. So now we want to use green. 510. Yeah, I don't like that sound.
Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
Use blue. Are we going to do violet too, Sarah?
Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable, no activity registering in the core. Possibly damaged. Let's push further.
So now we're going to test the acoustic resonance properties of the object. Begin with generating a 250 Hz sine wave with amplifier gain set to 1. So we're doing 3. Sine wave is a squiggly one. The gain is here. And what did it say? 250 Hz. So sine wave, turn this off, turn that on. Slow. And the gain set to 1.
Not much of a response. Updating the experiment now.
Alright, so we need to do 500 Hz, so we're going to double the sine and quintuple the gain. I don't like these sounds. Makes my ears ring. I have tinnitus already.
Seeing some fluctuations in activity. Should we see? Do the risk of damage. What about the velocity? Okay, we're going to push further. I'm running out of time. Let's switch around.
Square wave. 500 hertz and a gain of 5. So we're just having to change that. Sip of tea.
Seeing good activity on this side. Seeing definite spikes in movement. I know this might seem uncomfortable or dangerous, but you need to trust us and keep going.
I kind of don't trust them. I really don't. So we're going to stay at 5, stay at square, and we're going to go to 1 kilohertz. So we're going to double this. Seems like a major jump. It's like pumping gas.
Full activity registry.
I feel like I exploded that heart.
You've made excellent progress. You're doing great. Now we need you to stay calm and try to relax as we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
So I've actually watched someone else play this episode, and I've played this before myself. So I know what to expect. And even though I know the whole story now, it's still, it feels odd. So now we're going to drill the surface. So we're going to switch the drill on. We're going to turn everything else off except for the camera and TV. And then we're going to sink the drill. So off, off. That's fine, and drill. Yeah, the drill again.
How do you feel? Don't be scared. We have the situation under control. Take a few moments, and when you're ready, we'll continue.
I don't feel well. Open the test chamber. I don't really want to open it. I still don't feel like I ever got safety goggles and gloves. I feel like I don't have any safety glasses on. Do not leave the container unattended. Extremely dangerous to handle it. This here. Please ensure your next of kin is updated at HR. No.
Stay calm. You're doing fine. Don't be afraid anymore. I'm sorry to have to do this, but we have to know. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. It's time to remember.
Yeah. No thank you. No thanks for the next of kin. I'm going to check on the setting real quick, sorry. Oop, not the right thing. So we have Restream IO. No, there's not an option to change that. Okay. So I'm trying out some new tools and stuff for different chat windows and to see what's going on. You can do this. Stab me in the face.
You're a proxy now. You have a connection to the entity's inner core. It's like a conscious black box. It can show you its memory. Look into it. The visions will translate onto the screen to be something that you can understand, that you can play out.
So I have to hold the mouse button so I can see what's going on. Wow. So I'm pretty sure this is definitely the epilepsy warning. You wake up in the cryopod. Struggling against gravity, you force yourself up. Impact in the planet's surface has torn a hole.
You can navigate its memories. Use the computer. Work your way through.
Impact in the planet's surface has torn a hole in the ship hull. Poisonous atmosphere spills into your craft. You are in grave danger. You have to get out of here. So it seems like this part is building on the first episode. Craft is broken beyond repair. There is wreckage all around. An airlock door is locked tight, and the computer terminal adjacent blinks. The airlock door is clamped shut. It is controlled remotely. You are now stood next to the computer terminal. You tap at the screen, and the airlock door splutters to life. Slowly opening with a horrendous noise, the ship powers down to silence, having spent the last of the reserves.
This orbit was taken from what we think was the leader. These memories are different. They're not like the others. There's more detail here. Less hazy. Lean in. See what else is behind.
Like, is it still stabbing me in the face, or is it gonna do it again? You squeeze through the damaged airlock and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. You look around to see you are surrounded by...
Incredible. Are we getting all of this? It's describing a moment we found a ship. Mr. Asian, please continue.
You look around to see you are surrounded by mangled metal. Bright lights pour through every gap in the surrounding wreckage. A crash site. Smoke billows from the downed ship. Exterior lights flicking on and off. Wreckage surrounds you. Looking upwards, you see unfamiliar star patterns. You don't recognize any of the star patterns above you. You don't think it's as scary as it was last night? Because second time you saw it, so you might expect some of it. I don't know. I mean, I expect it, but it's still kind of freaking me out a little bit just because the story and what these things are doing right now. The lights are blinding. You can make out silhouettes, but you will need to move some of the surrounding wreckage for a better view. With every ounce of your remaining strength, you move away enough of the wreckage for you to carefully crawl through. The lights that surround you now attack your senses. A circle of artificial lights surrounds you, set up to eliminate the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. You squint at the light, trying to shield your visor lens at the same time. It is a circle of artificial lights set up to illuminate the crash site around you.
Your heart rate is elevated, but you're doing well. For what it's worth, very few of our test subjects ever make it this far. You should be proud of yourself.
That's so freaky. We awake. The room is silent, only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine beep. Your touch isn't yours. We are all as one. We move together in unison. We are in a bed, in a small and artificially lit room with a single door. There is some sort of writing pinned to the wall.
This doesn't happen. We didn't put this entity in quarantine. It expired at a crash. Whose memories are these? When did this happen?
Adjacent is a display monitor with wires that drape across the room and into our chest. They have tortured us. Symbols seem to indicate where on our body they had to cut. We've been butchered and maimed over and over. We can't reach the door, effectively tethered to the machine.
What just happened? What's that alarm?
There's been a disconnection in quarantine lab 15.
Find out what's going on.
We yank at the wires protruding from our chest. Together we all scream in pain. This action sets off an alarm, echoing loudly down the adjacent corridor.
Stop. Specimen 20 left lab 15. It's on the roof.
My God. That vision. It's not a memory. It's happening right now. Mr. Asian, I need you to stop what you're doing, please.
So weird. Stop what we're doing. Through the door, we find ourselves in an empty room with a device on the table. It looks familiar. They don't know how it works, but this host does. The door closes behind us and a lock clamps shut. We are alone, together. You try each door and get nowhere. They are magnetically sealed shut. It is some sort of preparation room. There are markings on more sheets, with a door and a window on one side. The door we came through has been locked shut. The other door had an orange alarm light above it. In the center of the room, a table holding only a small device taken from our ship.
What is that? We haven't seen that before.
Huh.
What is it doing?
It's using the tool we recovered from the crash pad. It's in our systems. It's sending something across the network. It's broadcasting.
Mr. Asian, please. We deeply regret what we've put you through, but please understand it was for the greater good. We had to know more. Rebelling now could be catastrophic. We don't know what this might do to you in the long run.
Catastrophic. What's it gonna do to us? Man, I seriously need a new chair. Alright, so let's look for this first one on the upper left. It's gonna be the little diamond one. That one. There. Alright, so that one's right. So now we're going to look for this next glyph. So right there. And it looks like this is... I think it was that one. No. I think it was that one. Not this bit. Yeah. Alright, so that part. That's the one. It's easier now knowing what I'm looking for. Okay, so this one has that little diamond. There we go. Way too many of them.
They're converging. It's over.
Please don't stab me in the face again. Please.
Mr. Asian, please don't do this. We mean them no harm. Please, don't do something you'll regret. Wait.
Mr. Asian.
One day, Mr. Asian, this will haunt you.
Very, very creepy. Richie Campbell? I think he's a British actor. Let's see. I want to look him up real quick. No, guess not. Yeah. Sounds familiar. All right. So, once again, thank you for joining me on this one. This is episode 2. I'm redoing what I played last night just because I didn't archive. But I thank you for staying with me, and I'm going to do... yeah, it was a lot faster than yesterday. Kind of, we knew a little bit what we were doing, and there wasn't as much kind of goofing around and trying to feel our way through it. So it was a lot faster. I'm hoping the station process will go faster. That took way too long. Maybe it'll be easier the second time. I like that I'm seeing a little bit more within the responses and kind of understanding more now that I've seen the whole thing before. But yeah, we're going to stop this one, and then we'll start back up with episode 3. Thanks. Hello. So we're back. We're gonna do episode 3 of Stories Untold. So it's so far it's a really good game. I did play it last night, replaying it again, and yeah, let's move forward with the station process. I don't know if that's too loud for you guys or not. It seems quiet during the game, but this is like blaring.
Station 3, do you read me? Give me a sign, man. This storm is getting pretty wild. Come on, 3, log in. Quit fucking around.
Looks like we have a radio here. Some things on the wall. Tab around. It's fun. No. Enter passcode. Nope. The enter doesn't work on the number
There he is.
lock.
Finally, what took you?
Is the microphone still broken in station 3?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, can't reply. You should be able to hear you though. Can see activity registering, so your voice is definitely going through.
Oh, okay. We can chat later, 3.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is pretty serious. I've had a distress call from Central. There's a situation and we have to fire up signal monitoring and relay systems right away.
What kind of situation?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's got something to do with this storm. Whatever it is, it's big to want to involve us.
Shit. Okay, what do we do then?
Well, my fucking cabin power isn't holding up in this weather, so I can't process the signals myself. 2, you need to feed the frequency information through to the backup terminal in Station 3. And 3, you just need to tune, decode, and process. Just refer to the handbook on the microfilm. It'll walk you through it.
I've never done any of this stuff, so I'm not going to be much help, I'm afraid.
It's simple, honestly. You could do this in your sleep.
Okay, first one is due to appear in a minute or so. Have a quick read of that microfilm handbook. Should be on your left.
I'm going to get suited up and restart the generator. Don't fuck it up.
Okay, 3, we're up. Do whatever it is you're supposed to do.
Alright, so we have to tune into these broadcast channels and listen to what it tells us. Although it looks like today... Oh, I have to actually turn it on. Gonna be mad if this is all different. because that's going to take forever. So we're looking for abacus. I think we went too far already. Yeah. All right. I don't know if you've ever used a microfiche. This is extremely annoying. sys.exe dne. Allocate 202 minus a. And it's kind of difficult to tell where a space is on here, but we'll see. Keyboard's off kilter for me.
Okay, my light here just turned green and the signal stopped. So I think you did it right. Next one coming up in 30 seconds, apparently.
Don't leave them hanging too long. I don't know what they're for, but I know we have to make them top priority, or I'll get shit.
Of course, don't worry, we'll keep on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. Creepy sounding things, aren't they?
Now we have to look for chevron. It's almost to the end. So did I write that one down? I don't think so. So this one we have to enter in the XYZ is the number from the broadcast code. So yeah. So sorry if you get pukey. Ew. Dogs with dry skin. I have a dog with meat allergies. He can't eat meat at all. Ref.initwnz. So X, Y, and Z, 2nd, 5th, and 6th.
Thanks, 3. Just pushing this update to the transmitter now. Getting the hang of it, huh? Next one coming up. 1. What does GCS mean?
GCS? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, this next one has come through with an additional note. GCS3 equals E1V1M1.
I've not seen it before. Check the microfilm. Might be something in there about it. Listen, let me know when you're done with that one. I haven't heard back from the transport team and I'm starting to worry.
Sure thing. Okay, here it is. Whoa. Okay, that's different.
Flashing red screen.
Yeah, quite the warning sign.
Shit. Something's going on. The last two must have just been testing the system. Tune it as normal and I'll see what I can find out once I get these goddamn lights on.
So it says, please note any instructions carrying the GCS flag must be dealt with as a matter of urgency. Man, if I was here, I would just like spin that dial. This is the Morse code one. I still have this one written down. So that's the code. I mean, I know Morse code, so I totally did it just by hearing it. It's actually in Appendix A. So we have, after the beep is when it starts over. 5 dashes, 3 dashes, 2 dots. Those were both dash dash 3 dots. And then we had a triple dot 2 dashes, which is here. And then we had another 0. And that's annoying. So now we're going to go back and find Kansas. Yeah, zoom out a little bit, see where we are. What is it doing? There we go. I feel like Kansas was near the front. Right there. Alright, so we have an X and a Y, and the largest number was the original broadcast, and Y is the smallest number from the original broadcast. So the numbers are the Morse code ones. So we have the largest is a 9 and the smallest is 0. So X is the largest. .exe. Oh, package. Zoom in a little bit because they're hard to read. Package.exe. think this one's the same. Yeah, and then we have Sal minus A minus 46. What? For G. No. Tabbing. Cool.
Okay, one, we're done. Nothing has happened really, all good. What did you want?
I'm about to head outside to look at this generator. My cabin is completely out. Listen, I just checked the roster and we were supposed to hear from the supply team 3 days ago. But I've had nothing. No responses either.
Shit. The storm?
I hope not. 3, can you monitor a range for me? They use an emergency signal somewhere between 8,500 range, FM. See if you can track it down for me.
That's our supply for the next 6 months. If they turn back, what do we do?
We can reschedule. I'm more worried that they didn't turn back. Otherwise, we'd be having a drink by now. The boat was called 20F.
God, yeah. Okay. 3. 8,500 FM somewhere. See if you can pick up a distress signal or something.
I think it will just automatically stop when we get there. Spent a lot of time clicking this one because it doesn't have the radio broadcast even lined out. And these are all news reports.
Oh my god, that's them.
Distress signal from supply vessel 20F. Please respond. Is anyone there? We don't have enough supplies to last wherever this is out. We have some on board, but it's not enough. We try to turn back, but storm. Or them. But mess with our GPS and send us straight into the ice.
What on earth is he talking about?
We're holed up here. He's got word from Central that New York is falling. Everyone's gone there now. Those others being so remote and give us time, we'll be early over there. We can see it coming. Be ready. All of you. It's 20th out.
1, are you there? Are you hearing this?
Lock your door too. 3, do the same.
What do you mean? Did you hear the report?
I just got a call from Station B at the coast. Something has happened. I don't know what, but they said we had to lock up and stay in our cabin. Then it went dead.
What are you talking about?
Just do it. They're here.
Ugh! Who are they? Shit, 1, there's another GCS signal coming in. Do we process it still?
Yeah. As long as the GCS number is going up, we're helping a lot of people.
It was 3 last time. It's 6 this time. What does it mean?
That's good. That's good. Just process the signals.
That's it in.
L. Bravo. Echo. Sierra, Hotel, Bravo, Echo, Mike, Zulu, Sierra, Hotel,
Ah,
Bravo, Echo, Mike, Zulu,
phonetics.
Sierra, Hotel, Bravo, Echo,
So,
Zulu,
our frequency was 6970.
Hotel,
So we have to look at
Bravo,
Mike,
Echo,
Zulu, and it's going to give us the numbers. So we have Mike is 15,
Zulu,
Zulu is 2,
Sierra,
Sierra is 21,
Hotel,
Hotel
Bravo, Echo,
10, Bravo 4, Echo
Mike,
7.
Sierra, Hotel, Bravo, Echo, Mike, Zulu, Sierra,
Now we go to Centaur. I feel like that was near the beginning. Nope. Middle. And middle. Once again, zoom in. Focus. Looks like we don't have any variables, so it's just what we have here. Because they're all lowercase. But if this is a variable, the z will be a 2. I think that's right. Yes, definitely progressing faster on this one as well.
3. There's something.
This is
Don't know
very
what I'm
fiddly the
looking
first
at.
time you go through it.
Cabling? 1, I can see something above 3's cabin. One of the power lines down.
That's us, 3.
1, are you there?
Fuck. What the hell is that?
I can't see you from here, 1. What's
Maybe
going
that
on?
was just a bunch of snow falling.
Shit, it's above me. It's over Station 3 too. They're here.
What's here? Jesus, 1, what the fuck is out there?
It's fine. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Shit. Here's another signal. GCS7 equals E1 V5 M1. 1, what the hell? It's flashing urgent.
Cool. Alright, so sacrifice. These are all the same ones that we had last night, so that's pretty nice. I know sacrifice is near the end.
That's crazy. You'll get yourself killed.
Notice outside.
So.
You're seeing things, 4.
So we have some variables. We're going to do rote x, and then x, actuate y, y, 0.1, z, and you have your x, y, which is 1, 2, and 3, and then y numbers are 4, 5, 6, so we have a longitude and a latitude. And then we have an authorization word from Appendix C. Let's go ahead and go to Appendix C.
3. Number station 3. This is station 4. Do not go outside. Don't go out there. Stay inside. Lock up. Do not go out there.
All right. So it's a flow chart. So we have to start with our signal modulation. It was LSB. Our broadcast frequency was 8150. So we have this process average of broadcast numbers, which is
Guys, I'm shutting down Station 5 and getting the fuck out of here. They took 6. Station 6 is fucking gone. Those things just ripped it out of the ground.
oh wait, no, we were on USB. Right? Yes. So here's our numbers. USB. All right, USB broadcast frequency was 8150. Total of broadcast numbers. So we add all those numbers together, which is 189045. Is that greater than 30? It was not. And our code is Alexander, which is weird because that's some of the people that we've been dealing with and the scientists. And I'm not sure if you guys happen to notice, but in our main login page, it does say our username is JAsian. So these are definitely all tied together. We are, again, Mr. Asian. So let's type in our lines. Tab. So annoying. And then, whoop. Caps lock on these. It's definitely case sensitive on these codes.
3. James, the last signal hasn't sent. My terminal is going crazy demanding a response. I think the wind
James.
has misaligned the transmitter or something. We need to go out to it.
I don't want to go out.
James,
They told me
I'm
not
sorry,
to.
but I can't get out. I'm trapped. You'll still be able to hear me though. Go. Go.
They told me not to go out. So much easier the second time through. I think it took me like, what, 4 hours, 4.5 hours to play the game the first time through. So we can't jump, we can't run, we can barely interact with anything. We can't climb, we can go upstairs, that's about it. Maybe. We stuck? Let me up these stairs. I love the background music. It's hard to hear over the wind, but it does add a little suspense to it. They told us don't go out. James, you need to go out. So this is certainly there's no free range in here. It might as well have been on rails because I mean there's not a whole lot to do. I don't like the birds. Still don't like the birds. I saw a Black Mirror episode that was people stuck in the Antarctic, and they were stuck. A nice lesbian couple, and they were attacked by birds. It was freaky. No power. So the controls for this part is not real good because you don't really have a sense of, you don't have a hand, you don't have, it's not the center of the screen to click those. I would say the controls in this could have been done better, but I mean this is, you know, a very big departure from what the rest of the game has been. If you've noticed that it's kind of built on stuff, so you have some text-based stuff, and then in the second one you learn some new functionality, and then it brought you back to the text-based things, and now this is kind of a new way to interact with the game. So yeah, Sarah, Black Mirror is on Netflix. It's an awesome show. It's very much in the same vein as The Outer Limits and Twilight Zone. I believe it's a British-based show. I don't like that either. It definitely didn't scare the birds.
I can't feel my legs, James. I'm so tired.
I feel like NS2 is named Jennifer.
What are you doing? James, please.
He's coming back.
So yeah, Sarah, very faintly you can hear like the do 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 in the background, and there's like right now it's going bump bump. So it's really faint, suspenseful music.
He's coming back.
Down these stairs.
James, everyone is waiting on you. You need to wake up.
Yeah, I want to wake up, but I'm awake. I'm in the snow.
These machines, they are your lifeline. Follow them, please.
James, go to them. Tell them what happened.
Mr. Asian, can you hear me?
Mr. Asian. Hold on, my wife is calling. And I'm back. Sorry for that. My granddaughter is in the hospital right now. She was dehydrated, so she was 4 days old. And my wife and my daughter are at the hospital taking care of that, and I have the other kids to take care of. And the dogs. 4 dogs. Shh. Look at the room. It went by really quick last time because I was just walking in, but seriously, that...
Welcome back.
To be concluded. None of the other ones said that. It was weird. No feedback. Yeah, I really like this game. I would play it. Well, I've already played it again. So, and here's my granddaughter at the hospital. So it looks like she's doing okay. But I have some stuff to get, and I'll have to bring them some things up in a little bit. Yeah, she should be okay. She's just having a hard time with feeding and not eating enough. So we'll see. So we have enough time. We are going to stop this one, and we're going to move on to episode 4, which is the last episode in this series, and then we'll go from there. So here we are. We're gonna give this a stop. Hello again. This is Avelios here. I'm back playing Stories Untold. We are on the last episode of this. There's 2 achievements that we have not gotten yet. So they're hidden achievements. But I think if I get this last one, then I think the other one might pop up. I don't remember. I was kind of looking at it last night, but alright, so Stories Untold, Episode 4, The Last Session. Sorry about the advert, Sarah.
I think that's enough of that for now. We're quite fond of this show, aren't we? Okay, come on. Let's get you down to the observation room.
Being wheeled around.
This place must be starting to feel like home to you. Don't worry. Try and get you out of here eventually. Just in here. Okay, are we through in the next room? Just relax and we'll get started in a minute.
So yeah, Sarah, I actually turned my ad block off, but I still don't get ads when I watch an episode, but I was able to get bits by watching ads.
Station. Are we ready? Just hit record on the tape deck in front of you when you're ready.
But as of yesterday, I wasn't able to watch any ads to get any bits. So, like, if I go to get bits, it has the watch ads portion grayed out, which is very strange. So, yeah, and it only worked when I would hit the get bits button. So, you know, I could hit the get bit button down at the bottom. It was actually next to, maybe I'm banned because I watched too many ads. It was a little triangle that was next to the little emote icon. So like on Tough Stream and you could click that, and then you could watch the ad, and you get like 5 or 10 bits, and that's how I was giving away bits. But then suddenly I stopped receiving those. So I don't know. I'll see about it. See if I get some today. If not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they turned it off. Maybe I watched too many ads. I don't really know. I mean, I know it would time out after a little while. So you could only watch like 3 or 4 ads, and then you had to wait like an hour before it would reset. But I mean, I had quite a few bits that I gave away. I guess I gave away several hundred. So I don't know. Nice old style tape deck.
Subject 12 1986 23. New session entry. We
Our
have myself,
code
Dr.
everywhere.
Alexander leading, and in a room we have our patient,
Alexander.
James Asian. As we know, James has recently recovered from a 2-week coma following his accident. In our last 3 sessions, James's attempts to recollect events of the accident have seen him merging his memory with his imagination. These episodes have always ended in panic, and we've had to terminate the session abruptly. Let's try and do this one better, James. So when you're ready, let's bring this back. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. James, it's time to remember.
I don't want to remember. Wait, what?
Your mind.
Locked me in here.
Conscious black box.
It's not a camera.
It can show you your memories. Look into it.
It's so loud. Eh.
In your most
Back here.
recent episode, you recalled a false memory of a remote weather station. You were isolated from the rest of the world, locked inside your coma. We interacted with you daily, encouraging you to wake. Your family would do number puzzles with you. Anything really to bring you back. People needed answers, James. Do you remember?
I have another signal here for you, James. It's at 5610 FM. can't miss it.
So down in this corner, it said J-Asian. The doctor is Dr. Alexander, which was Alexander the last time we were in here, was the key. So these are all tied together. It's so bizarre. And it looks like we need to go right to that single line. I pointed at the screen like you guys can see it. We need to go to this line here. That's the radio station that we're going for.
Got seats. This is 20F, 12, 19, 86, 23, 04. Type in the numbers, Jim. Got seats.
We gotta see this.
This is 20F.
20F. So 12, 19, 86, 23. That's been our patient number in episode 2. That was our patient number when we started this one. So it's like everything 1986, that's the room. And I really feel like 1223 with 1986, maybe that's like a date code, not in the US, but maybe somewhere else where it's, you know, month, year, day. I don't know. Maybe that was the day it happened. Microfiche. Oh, well, let's see. Date of the accident. 3. 23, 86. I don't know. But if he's dreaming, then his mind could be merging those together. So we have to look at this report. So this is going to take no time at all because when I went through this last night, it was very confusing. After dealing with the microfiche for about an hour on episode 3, this suddenly made sense when I looked at it because we have 3 lines, and if you look, we have a circle here, and a circle here, and a circle here. Then the other thing that clicked was that these do all have to be in caps because it's case sensitive. Empty whiskey. Out of control. God, that took like a half hour last night.
Find the signal, James. Listen to the voices. You have to face it, James. Finally.
It's not like it at all. I've worked with Officer Hennings for 6 years, and not once have we even talked about alcohol. Drunk driving.
I think you were.
He was a father, a husband. He was fine. No way he caused this. It's him, this Haitian guy. He's got something to hide.
So I guess I should have looked at the report a little bit more. So Mr. Hennings, Officer Hennings, died in a car accident. I was driving the first car. He was driving the second car. It did have something redacted for the passenger in my car and what happened and the number of deceased people in the accident. So that was all redacted. If you're playing this on your own, I would advise you just to kind of explore it. Explorer report. It adds a little bit to the story. As we move on through this, you're gonna probably catch on like I did as to what's going on with this entire series of stories, and it's gonna blow your mind a little bit. I feel it's pretty good. Can't do anything with that door. This is like a crappy storeroom. Now I'm in a hospital. You step out in the hospital ward only, your vision is blurred. It's abandoned. Let's see what happens. Certainly feels like an emergency. Can I click on it? No, I guess not. Oh, look, here's the room we were in. Can't do anything with that. It's freaky. Locked. Yay! Washing my hands because we have sanitizer. Dripping. What is that?
We found him lying there soft while his sister died in the car next to him, while Hennings died next to him. What the fuck was he thinking? She was still alive when we got to her. If he'd have done something, they could all still be his.
Huh. Okay. I did not find that last night.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Today was the first session with Mr. James Asian, although I fear it will certainly not be his last. When asked about events that happened in the past, he confused fact and fiction and told us a story about a computer game that was talking to him. I think he was back at his own house, his mum and dad's house, and he always talked about a room with a red X. One he couldn't get in. I don't know what any of this means or what it's going to do with the accident, but I guess some more sessions will maybe reveal that. I'm going to try again tomorrow.
I didn't hear these last night. I missed these audio recordings. You grab the keys from the table. They weigh heavy in your hand. Sorry if this is all over the place. The controls are kind of crappy. No more hand sanitizer. Oh. You only caught a glimpse of this room. Guess why there's no detail. Oh, look.
You honestly believe that Hennings was drunk at the wheel and not this little shit? If he wakes up, when he wakes up, I want answers. Until then, you handle it. You write up. I'm out.
Yeah, I seriously missed all of that last night. This definitely adds to it. Never had any visitors. So sad. I'm gonna go back to the first room real quick. As if I can run. Check out these shells once again. No. There's nothing there. No detail behind me. This is the fourth. Oh. One. I found three. Nope.
He has quite an imagination in the station. I guess it's from the shows he's been watching. This time he described an A&E visit as a government conspiracy, some sort of lab. It's interesting stuff. It's obviously pure fiction. But I guess it's just his way of coping for now. We'll see how we progress in future sessions.
So that was the second episode where I was doing experiments. Freaky. And that was all the achievements. Stop breathing on my neck. I don't like it. I like that you can't just walk through the doors, you have to actually open it again.
He was awake and mobile at the scene, but collapsed on arrival to the emergency ward. The other passengers died in the accident. I'm getting no pulse. Prepare for defib. Amp charge full to 10 and give me 100 joules.
So yeah, I get to work on myself.
Come on, 100 joules. Charging up full to 10. Come on.
I know. Stop your griping. The life I save may be my own.
Can we get this on the screen, please?
So this is everything I learned in that second one. So I have to work this, turn this on for that, and then I have to turn on the camera and the TV, put it on red, green, blue. I had to do all that before I could interact with this.
Clear.
And I just shocked myself.
No reaction from first stage.
Here's my eye.
200 joules. Keep the amp charged to 10. 200 joules. Keep the charge at 10. Let's go. Clear.
Yeah, this was a
Okay, we have
plot twist.
reaction of some sort here, or a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
360.
Charge full. Come on, 360, hurry.
I am hurrying.
Clear. Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse.
I'm alive.
Rhythm is stable. We need to run an X-ray right away.
So, run an X-ray.
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
Turn that off, turn that off. Here we go.
Looks like an intracerebral hemorrhage. We need to drain this now for relief pressure. Prepare for trepanation.
That's in my head.
Drill, please.
Trepanation.
The drill, please. Mr. Asian, you've made excellent progress. You're doing great. We need you to stay calm and try to relax while we go through these next steps.
No. No, 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 no.
We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
No. Oh, it was all a dream. We're okay. The house is on fire. Not only is tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad with friends. Mom, Dad, and your sister, Jennifer, have decided to throw a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're in the living room. And as usual, you don't recognize a soul. This is definitely the introvert party, because he does not really want to be there. I don't recognize a soul. I don't want to be there either. The room is full of chatty strangers, mostly friends of Mom and Dad. There's a door to the hall. You push through the crowd into the hallway. The hallway is as welcoming as ever, only this time the folks have put a great big banner up across the main wall. Let it catch up a little bit. Half-finished drinks are abandoned on almost every horizontal surface. Stairs lead up, although the party is firmly downstairs. You shuffle past people to get back to the living room. Their living room? The living room. Not only is tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad, going with friends. Mom, Dad, and your sister Jennifer have decided to throw a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're in the living room, and as usual, you don't recognize a soul. Oh, we just came from the living room. I don't know why I felt like I was outside the door. Alright. So there's nothing really to see in the living room. So now we're in the hallway. Again. Sorry for that. Yeah, the time is back. Lights on. People aren't freaking out. There's not blood dripping down the wall. They say all the best parties are in the kitchen. The kitchen is full of people and loud. There are drinks and food on the table, and the party is in full swing. Dad has cooked a hog roast, which sits proudly on the table, although no one's eating it. There is a utility room and writing on the wall. Also, Jen is here, signaling you. Happy New Year, 1986, on another banner. Weird place to hang it. Look at Hog. It looks great. That's that carcass we saw in the first one, I bet. Just as you're about to head inside the utility room, Jen places her hand on your shoulder. I can never get in that room. You hug. You're going to miss each other. You thank her for the party. She asks if you are enjoying the party. I guess. She repeats your question, asking you no. You tell her you're not having fun. She frowns. She tells you to enjoy it anyway and to loosen up. She must be an introvert. She asks you to get her a drink. You pour Jen a drink and one for yourself. There's never an awkward silence with Jennifer. Introvert. She always has a question. She asks if you have everything sorted for the big trip. Yes. You tell her yes, that you have packed everything with plenty of room to spare. Another hug. Your family have really gone out of their way to make this trip happen for you. It might be what you need to get some perspective and maybe not fuck up so much. She's going to miss you. You are going to miss her. She walks away. Jen has disappeared into the crowd. You're left standing, nodding, and smiling at the approving faces. It's creepy, smiling faces. There's so much to do for this move. Can't mess it up. Sorry. But first, a drink. Drink. You pour down another drink. Anything to move the night along. That's 2. You open the door and peer in. You're never allowed in here normally. This is where Dad keeps his fine wines and whiskeys. Ceiling to floor racks, a collector. Although he does actually drink them too, there's a bottle with a ribbon around it and a card. Read card. You pick up the whiskey and the card. It's your dad's handwriting. Son, we're so proud of you and everything you've achieved. You've earned this. It's a bottle of 25-year-old double malt. You shouldn't really, but you have to try it. With your whiskey in hand, you take in the room around about you. There must be hundreds, no thousands of pounds worth of drink in here. You really must thank your dad for the whiskey. Let's drink. Sorry, I don't understand that. Okay. See if there's anything else. Racks and racks of fine wine. The door to the kitchen. So, go to kitchen. We're back in the kitchen, clutching your new best friend. New best friend whiskey. You stumble out of the utility room and back into the kitchen. That is one strong whiskey. You take another swig and give the thumbs up to Dad across the room. He nods and winks. Is that like 4 drinks now? Busy and noisy. We'll need to find somewhere quieter. Okay. Go to hall. Let's go back out to the hallway. A few bumps and laughs on the way through, and you make it to the hall. You stop dead in your tracks. It's Jen. covered in blood. What? What? Scotch flavored tea? She's staring straight at you. No one else notices. Blood is dripping down her face. It's mixing with tears. Uh...
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We tried our best, Mrs. Asian, but her injuries were too severe.
No, I don't understand. I'm just talking to her.
I'm afraid Jennifer passed away before we could get to her in surgery. We did the best we could, and I'm so sorry.
Where is she? Let me see her.
Please, Mrs. Asian, take a seat.
I don't want to take a seat. Let me talk to her. Now.
I'll arrange for you to see her. In the meantime, James is in Liverpool. Just stay with him.
I don't want to see him.
You're standing in the hallway. Something had stopped you in your tracks. While searching your mind, your sister interrupts. She waves her hand in front of you and asks if you can drive her home. You still feel out of sorts. Those words echo. Doors to the kitchen and living room lead here, while stairs can take you up. You'd love to call it a night, but Jen is waiting patiently. Won't let me go upstairs. You're sure your keys are in the living room. The living room has a much more relaxed atmosphere compared to the kitchen. Various guests are sat on the chairs having civilized conversations. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. Your mom is pouring a drink at the drinks cabinet. A coffee table, a drinks cabinet. One of the chairs is overflowing with jackets and coats. So, you search through all the jackets and coats until you find yours. Aha! Car keys in the pocket. You grab both. Let's go to Mum. Nope, can't go to Mum. Keys in hand, you head back into the hall. Jen thanks you for helping her out. She has work in the morning, and no one else is in any fit state to drive. You can handle it, though. You know the road like the back of your hand. Don't you? Jen is standing by the front door, all ready to go. You open the front door. Lights. Walk out into the cold. The cold air hits you. You are glad you have your jacket with you. There is a dusting of snow around you as you step down from the porch. The yard extends around the back of the house, and the car sits at the front of the house. She sighs and comically taps her feet. Apart from the little light escaping from the party indoors, the yard is pitch black. You used to love stargazing here. You stumble around the darkness looking for the perfect spot to take in the majesty of the night sky. You gaze up at the night sky. For some reason, you don't recognize any of the star patterns tonight. 4 drinks? 5 drinks? Jennifer looks relieved as you head back round to the front of the house. The cold air hits you. You are glad you have your jacket with you. Yeah, definitely drunk. You fumble with the car handle, confused, until Jen tells you to maybe use the key in your hand. Unlock car. Fumbling with the car keys, you eventually get the door open and climb inside. The car is freezing. As you fumble around with your seatbelt, your sister opens up the car glove box and hands you a note and a key that was inside. She tells you that it's for when you return. Read note. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get power and lights on. Also found something in the attic for you. It's your room. Enjoy." That's the first note we read in episode 1. The car is freezing. So here we go. Let's look around. The usual. Steering wheel, handbrake, ignition. Use keys. It takes a number of attempts, but you eventually slot the key into the ignition. No idea today was going to be so busy this morning. Usually everyone ignores me. It takes a number of attempts, but you eventually slot the key into the ignition. Start car. Turn the key in the ignition and the car roars to life. Drive. The car squeals but stays stationary. Jen suggests releasing the brake, giving you a wide-eyed stare. You very hesitantly release the handbrake. Drive. You put the car in gear and pull out the driveway like a first-time driver. What? I am driving very drunk on the roads towards the town where your sister stays. Jen started dozing off as soon as the journey got going. This shouldn't take long. You come to a junction. Is it left or right? You can't remember. She grunts and throws her arm to the left. It's left. Of course it's left. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Confident that you are on the right road now, you loosen up and put your foot down on the accelerator. You feel powerful as the engine roars at your command. Jen sits up in her chair and clutches your arm. She asks you to slow down. Let's slow down. That's not what really happened, though, is it?
James, pull over.
Jen is hitting your arm and yelling at you. Crazy sister. Strange. There's a set of headlights coming directly at you, but really slow, like slow motion. You're not sure why the headlamps are in front of you. Let's go away. You try to react, but your body isn't responding. There's nothing you can do to stop this. There's no way to control it.
James, for fuck's sake, pull over.
The lights merge with your car. The outside joins the inside. The whole world around you begins to scream.
It was at this very moment, wasn't it, James? The moment you lost it all. Your sister, your parents, yourself.
Yeah.
And then you made it worse. Go on. Show us what it is.
You wake up in the car. Your world is upside down. Your seatbelt struggles against gravity, trying to hold you in your seat. Stab me in the face. An impact into another car has torn a hole in the chassis. Poisonous fumes spill into your car from the engines. You are in grave danger. You have to get out of here. You can't move. Your seatbelt is still in place. You release yourself from the seat. Gravity takes over as you slump to the roof of the car. You squeeze through the wreckage and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. Your head is throbbing. A blue car has smashed into the passenger side of your car. Your life cannot be ruined by this. You are standing holding your whiskey and your dad's note, and flashing lights are approaching at a distance. A crash site. Smoke billows from the crashed cars to the sky above. Exterior lights flicking on and off. Come on, James. If you drank this now, you are going to get what's coming to you. The door is jammed. You don't have time for messing around like this, James. Let's see if we can toss. Can't just toss this away without thinking. They will find it and they will come to you. Yeah. So, toss the whiskey into the blue car. With the lights approaching closer, you begin to hear the shrill of their sirens. You simply cannot go to jail for this. You clean the bottle and remove your connection with the whiskey. You then very deliberately spill the remainder of the bottle's contents onto the driver, and you toss the incriminating evidence onto his passenger seat. A shitty person. A circle of flashing lights surround you, illuminating the crash site in the darkness. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. The red and blue flashing lights are causing pain in your head to be all the more severe. Sorry, you're not making any sense. As you approach the man, the pulsating lights around you get dimmer and dimmer while the pain in your head increases. You fall to the ground.
I know you're tearing yourself apart over it, but no matter what you keep telling yourself, you have to listen to me. That accident, a poor man, me. You have to remember, it was all your fault. I know what you did. How you left me there to protect yourself. Planting evidence on some poor man. You went headfirst into that officer and you wrecked all of our lives. And then you couldn't even take responsibility. You did the right thing for you and no one else. Save yourself. Only it was wrong, wasn't it? Look at you now. Utterly consumed by it. Say it, James.
No.
Say it. Tell them. Listen to yourself.
What about a
It has
lag?
to end, James.
Down to like 10 frames a second.
Do you not understand? This episode you're having must come to an end.
I saw this.
Make it stop, make it stop. Do you remember? Stop the session, Mr. Asian.
It started getting goofy around this time last night, too.
Go back to where we started. Put an end to this nightmare.
So I think just the lights and the sound really push, apparently, the game. I don't know if it's coding or if it's my graphics card.
You can do this, James. You can let go.
Yep. Dr. Alexander is always watching remotely. I don't know if anyone else is ever with him. That's back where it all started. I'm right here. Sometimes they make you watch your past sessions to see what really happened. Stop this. Yeah. I thought last night we just turned this thing off. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, all the doors were locked. Nothing here. Thought I had to sit down or something, but there's no chair. Alright. Now I'm a little annoyed. Turn that down for me. Yeah. Very, very specific spot on that stupid thing. I must have got lucky with it the first time.
Progress today, Mr. Nation. I guess we should tell the police what you've told us. Although I don't suspect they'll take you anywhere. I think you'll be with us for quite some time. Come on, let's get you back to your shows. I'll see you tomorrow.
We're in a psych ward. So again, the second playthrough, it was still as mind-blowing. I mean, if you find episodes of you know, Twilight Zone or Outer Limits that you really like, and you watch them several times, and it just kind of blows your mind. It's kind of one of those types of games. Pretty heavy, I would say, at the end. I mean, at the beginning, it's freaky. It creeps you out. The first episode is just like bizarre and slightly terrifying. For as low quality it is, the suspense in it is pretty awesome. Probably better than some of the horror games that are out there. The second game, or the second episode, I should say, is definitely different. It, it it exposes you to some new mechanics in the game. The storyline there is pretty bizarre as well. Um, it's probably one of my favorite ones to play. I would probably find, I guess, some more point and click games that have that type of game mechanic in it. The third one really dragged out the first time. That third episode, it dragged out for a long time. It was rather difficult because it wasn't exactly clear what needed to be done on everything. Plus, it was very, very fiddly because there's a lot of back and forth. The microfiche is kind of a pain in the butt. I think it was a very good. I think it was a very good episode. I like the mechanic behind it. I just think it went on a little bit too long for that first playthrough. The second playthrough was really quick, but I had everything written down still from the night before as far as the codes, so that was good. The last one, it was definitely expanding on the mechanic that was introduced in 3, where you're able to wander around and kind of see what's going on. I don't know if maybe the coding's messed up in session 4, because both times it kind of dragged my system down. I went down a lot of frames. But then it brought you back to the house abandoned. You got to do number 1. You got to do number 2. The station, it actually started with that. So, I mean, it brought everything to full circle, but then it just dropped on you that, you were a drunk driver and you killed an officer, you blamed him, and you killed your sister. I didn't expect that in the story. When I first played it last night, it was a blind, a blind playthrough. It's definitely a great game. I got it on the Steam Summer Sale for $5. Money well spent. I liked it. It was fun to do as my first stream. I hope when you guys watch this that you enjoy it. I know I had a few people on the stream last night, but again, I forgot to hit the archives, so I decided to run through it this morning, especially since, like I said, in episode 1, one of my friends didn't get to see the whole thing. So it was fun to play through again. It definitely added to the story to play it again, even if you were just playing it to get the other achievements that you may have missed out on the first one. The second playthrough, it definitely adds a lot to it. So it's kind of like one of those movies where you see it and you're like, wow, that was a good movie, and then the second time you watch it, you see a lot more details. I really hope Stories Untold has more sessions, more series. I'd like to see them add on to this. This is a very nice game. I could see them making a series out of this, just like Black Mirror, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm definitely going to put this on YouTube and Twitch, and I hope to make more streams. So you guys have a good day. Thanks.